Whose side are you on? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we have a four-way battle between Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pine, and Chris Pratt to see which actor is the best all-around Chris.
They'll be fine, Day. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. You?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this showdown, we're evaluating a wide range of categories to determine the #1 Chris in Hollywood, and we're considering a lot more than simply which one has the best on-screen presence.
Captain America.
Mr. Lang?
It's an honor. I'm shaking your hand too long. Wow, this is awesome. Captain America.
Round 1, personality and sense of humor. Chris Evans has no shortage of solid comedic performances peppered throughout his career. From Not Another Teen Movie to Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, he's proven time and time again that he can crack jokes with the best of them.
What's up? How's life? He seems nice.
His quick wit makes him a must-follow on Twitter, and every time he appears on a late-night talk show, he has the audience daydreaming about what life would be like if he was their boyfriend, best friend, brother, or buddy.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Unlike the other Chris's, Hemsworth's filmography is noticeably lacking in comedic performances. Though his turn as Thor in the Marvel films has at times been worthy of a chuckle, or an absolute side-splitting good time in Thor Ragnarok.
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him! Oh, classic.
Still hate it? It's humiliating.
No, not for me, it's not.
Not to worry, he's proven on multiple occasions that he's a solid interviewee, and has shown that he can turn on the charm when necessary.
You almost passed on Thor when they first offered it to you.
Yeah, I might have had a hesitation, and I kind of want to get a time machine, go back and slap that younger, pretentious version of myself.
Chris Pine's stint on Wet Hot American Summer was pants-splittingly funny stuff.
Again, JD! Again and again and again! I've got nothing left.
His personality was on full display as Captain James T. Kirk in the Star Trek franchise, and again when he played Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman.
My mother sculpted me from clay, and I was brought to life by Zeus.
Well, that's neat.
Unfortunately, he has very little social media presence, which can make it hard to gauge just how personable he really is.
I don't know if you've ever checked back behind this. So there's like 4 incredible mini fridges.
I never have. I've never even gone near it.
You know what's funny about Chris Pratt? Everything. The guy seemingly doesn't have an unfunny bone in his body.
I'm gonna hug you.
His portrayal of Andy Dwyer on Parks and Recreation is legendary, and he fit the role of smartass space rogue Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy and its sequel perfectly.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro!
He's awesome every time he appears on a late-night talk show, and his social media game is seriously on point.
Eating carrot cake muffin. Carrot cake muffin. Carrot cake muffin.
While all 4 of these gents have awesome personalities and the ability to crack a solid joke, we can only have one winner. We're going to go with Chris Pratt in round 1. While his stint on Parks and Recreation was a major factor in our decision, the bottom line is that he's got it. That indefinable quality that makes a person impossible to ignore. Hilarious, charming, personable, Pratt takes this one with ease. Winner, Pratt.
Call an ambulance! A different ambulance, the one I ran into!
Round 2, looks. You need to be pretty handsome, not to mention jacked, in order to be cast as Captain America. And wouldn't you know it, American actor Chris Evans has got the jawline, physique, and Dorito-like body proportions to pull it off. While his status as a Hollywood leading man has never been in doubt, the fact that he's had to stay ripped in order to convincingly portray the aforementioned Marvel superhero only adds to his appeal.
You know, for a crazy homeless person, he's pretty cut.
When it comes to Chris Hemsworth's looks, it's difficult to decide where to begin. Shall we discuss his beautiful blonde locks or his six-pack abs? What about those twin cannons he calls arms? Like Evans, Hemsworth's most famous character is a superhero. The only difference is one of them plays a human while the other plays the God of Thunder. One look at Hemsworth's body and you know which one he is.
I brought a shirtless photo of Chris Hemsworth to share.
With his piercing blue eyes, perfectly manicured hair, and toned physique, it's easy to see why Chris Pine is firmly entrenched as a member of the Hollywood A-list. And after his nude scene in Wonder Woman, we're hard-pressed to go with any of the other Chris's on this list.
I am above average.
Then again, this is a competition full of dreamboats, so we can't just leap on the most naked of contenders, even if they are above-average male specimens. Even when he was rocking the dad bod on Parks and Rec, Pratt's magnetic personality made him plenty attractive. But now that he's shed the keg and replaced it with a rock-hard six-pack, we can't take our eyes off him. His rugged good looks were perfectly suited to his character in Jurassic World. Admit it, you'd put yourself in close proximity of some dino-related danger if it meant he'd be the one to rescue you. Sorry, Evans, Pine, and Pratt, you're all 10 on 10s, but Hemsworth takes this category, and the reason is simple: that bod. Winner, Hemsworth.
You people are so petty and tiny.
Round 3, musical ability. It isn't much of a battle when it comes to which one of these gents can belt out the best tune. Evans has shown that he can sing, albeit awkwardly and in a comedic setting.
Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard.
And Hemsworth has no musical ability to lean on, at least that he's shown to the public. Pratt can sing and play guitar, but only ever seems to sing in a goofy way. Though honestly, we're sure that if he committed to a more serious tune, he'd likely impress us based on his track record. All that being said, the best of the bunch is without a doubt Chris Pine.
If I should lose her, how shall I regain the heart she has won from me?
Not only did he blow us away with his musical performance in Into the Woods, but he was also handpicked by none other than Barbra Streisand to sing a duet with her on her album Encore Movie Partners Sing Broadway.
Grown accustomed to her face, she almost makes the day begin.
The man's got a nice set of pipes, and when compared to Evans, Hemsworth, and Pratt, it isn't exactly a fair fight. Chris Pine is light years ahead of the competition in this category. Winner, Pine.
The morning light puts the fire back into me. I'm wide awake, but afraid to open my eyes.
Round 4, most iconic character. Honestly, this is a tough one, seeing as how all 4 of these men have played iconic characters at some point in their careers. Chris Evans' most iconic character is without a doubt Steve Rogers, also known as Captain America. Sorry, Fantastic Four fans, Johnny Storm just doesn't cut it.
They call me the Human Torch. Ladies call me Torch.
Captain America is one of the most well-known comic book characters in the history of the medium, and playing him on screen has essentially made Evans a household name.
It kind of feels personal.
He's going to be tough to beat in this category.
You know, the last time I was in Germany and saw a man standing above everybody else, we ended up disagreeing.
Next up, we have Chris Hemsworth, who, like Evans, is best known for his portrayal of a comic book character. Thor, with his giant hammer and godlike abilities, is also an extremely recognizable character.
Loki is beyond reason, but he is of Asgard, and he is my brother.
He killed 80 people in 2 days.
He's adopted.
However, one could argue that when placed next to Captain America, people would have an easier time identifying the former.
There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
Chris Pine is best known for his portrayal of James T. Kirk in the Star Trek franchise. While Star Trek is a worldwide phenomenon, despite Pine making the role his own, most people, apart from the youngest generation of fans, still tend to see William Shatner, not our darling Chris, when they think of the captain of the USS Enterprise.
I'm Captain Kirk!
Finally, there's Chris Pratt, whose most iconic character is definitely Peter Quill from the Guardians of the Galaxy films.
Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw.
The role catapulted Pratt to the top of the Hollywood A-list, and essentially transformed him from being that guy who was on Parks and Rec to Chris Pratt, Hollywood leading man. However, when compared to Captain America, Thor, and even James T. Kirk, Peter Quill isn't quite as iconic.
I told you that when I was drunk. Why are you bringing that up now?
After much deliberation, we're going with Evans on this one. Captain America is both instantly recognizable and truly iconic. Winner, Evans.
Trying to get me back in the world?
Trying to save it.
Round 5, career potential. While all 4 of these actors have shown that they can play a variety of characters across a multitude of genres, we can only have one winner. So let's break their career potential down, one Chris at a time. Chris Evans has proven time and time again that he possesses a seemingly unlimited amount of range. He's killed it in big-budget action movies such as The Avengers, indie films such as Snowpiercer, and even comedies. That hilarious Scott Pilgrim cameo, anyone?
He's good, right? Sometimes I let him do the wide shots when I feel like getting blazed back in my Winnie.
Hell, we wouldn't be surprised if he walks away with an Oscar at some point in his career. Next up is Chris Pine. Just like Evans, he's pretty much done it all, from rom-coms to dramas. And while it's clear that he too has the potential to finish his career with a stacked trophy case, he's best known for his roles in big-budget action flicks. That being said, if he takes on more gritty dramas like Hell or High Water, he could very well change that rep. Finally, we have Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth. Despite a strong turn in Rush, the latter's career-making role of Thor in the Marvel films may work against him. Unless he can prove himself with more big roles, he may have plateaued, which at his level is still better than most. Pratt, for all his fame and fortune, has for the most part stuck to action adventures, with the occasional comedy tossed in for good measure. This could make him one of the biggest names in Hollywood, but not necessarily the most critically acclaimed. When compared to Pine and Evans, Pratt and Hemsworth simply don't stack up.
One of the most significant bummers of my lifetime.
It was a close one, but we're going with Evans. His career has nowhere to go but up, and we can't wait to see what he does next. Winner, Chris Evans.
Some competition you are.
This one went down to the wire, but it seems Chris Evans wins the battle of the Hollywood Chris's.
That's all I want. And congratulations. You just got promoted.
Did we pick the right guy? Be sure to debate it in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to MsMojo for more entertaining versus battles.